let's go. Come on. Dog gang, yeah. Yeah, tonight we're not night crawlers, we're dog walkers tonight. I was gonna stream, but my dog was showing me all the signs that she needed to take a shit, so I was like, fuck. I guess I'll just stream that. I'll just stream my dog having diarrhea at 3 in the morning, and we'll call it content. What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is the result of writer's block and lacking the creativity to come up with good content. I was like, oh, just film my dog taking a shit. So, yeah, this is how I improvise when my brain's not working. Yeah, this is Michi. She's obviously a Shiba Inu. She never listens. Can't get this motherfucker to walk in a straight line ever. No, there's nothing there, dude. She has to sniff literally like everything, and you think she's gonna like pee or poop, and then she never does. This is how all Shibas are like. Very hard to train. You know, they're very predictable. Like, you can always almost guarantee that they're going to do the exact opposite of whatever you say, whatever you tell them to do. It's like, you know, if I tell her to sit, she just lays down. If I tell her to lay down, she just stands. No, I don't know. I kind of just gave up. It's like, this is how Shibas are. They don't give a fuck about you. What are you doing? Come on. My camera keeps fucking up. Alright, dude. I'm debating whether I should go to Altadena tonight or tomorrow during the daytime. Come on. Okay, I'll be honest, like, the reason why I'm walking the dog is because I remember when I was single and I was on dating apps, having a dog does low-key help you get more matches. I was like, okay, I'm going to apply that same logic to a stream, throw a dog in there, maybe I'll get more viewers. It was worth a shot, but I'm doing it at 3 in the morning, so I don't know if it's going to work that well. No, I don't want to go there, dude. Going this way. But after I'm done walking Michi, I'm gonna drop her back off at the crib, and then I'm gonna probably stream for like another hour or two. Just gotta do like one little lap around here real quick. Come on, come on. What's up? Smells like up dog in this bitch. Just walking the dog. Then after she goes poo, then I'm gonna get into the stream. The usual content. This is just the filler segment. I'm just trying something new out. Well, what's up? How you doing, Alex? It's my page. That's right. I mean, obviously I don't want to just like sabotage what I've worked for thus far because I made a stupid decision, but I don't think it's too harmful to walk your dog on a live stream. I don't think I'm going to get excommunicated by too many people. Just thought I'd change it up and see what happens. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Did you do anything, or what do you have planned? Are you shitting or are you pissing? Oh, shitting. All right. All right, that's why she was walking so fast. Okay, gotta pick up some dog poop right now. Stop moving. Stop. I don't know how I'm gonna hold a phone and a leash and pick up dog poop at the same time. Come here. It's so dark I can't even see the poo. What the fuck? Hey, don't sniff the poo. What are you doing? Okay, mission accomplished. We got the dog to poo. I don't know what's wrong with my dog. She always wants to go out at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I think she's just mirroring what my schedule has turned into. So I've converted my dog to being nocturnal. What's good? Be safe out there, big homie. Much respect. Thank you, Tanner. We're in a safe area, so we should be fine. I don't think I doxed myself. What kind of dog? This is a Shiba Inu. It's like an Akita, but smaller. She's like about 20 pounds. She's a nice dog, but she just doesn't listen. Stubborn as an ox. But that's cool that you got a motorcycle, man. I have my motorcycle license. I got my Class M. I just think that driving a motorcycle around here is a bad idea, so I'll probably never commit to buying a bike. And then on stream, I saw somebody get killed while riding a bike, and so that kind of cemented my reluctance to buying a motorcycle ever. Can't go wrong walking your dog. True. Well, you can. Like, my stomach was kind of hurting when I was going out. I was like, okay, maybe I should bring 2 doggy bags. One for my dog, one for myself. Yeah, we'll be safe tonight, though. I'm literally the only person in this park. The only thing that... No, I wouldn't have to worry about coyotes. Coyotes are little pussies. They're little bitches. They're afraid of humans. But if my dog were by herself, then maybe a coyote could get her. Come on. Keep it moving. Drink ginger ale? Why? So I have diarrhea? By consuming too much sugar? Like, if I have a stomach ache and I drink something sugary, it just makes it way worse. I think what would work would be just drinking carbonated water, maybe. Or doing an enema at 3 a.m. A ginger ale enema. Pepto-Bismol. I love Pepto-Bismol. I actually think Pepto-Bismol tastes pretty fire. I'd rather... Oh shit, is some fucking bitch ass writing me a ticket? Dude, there's some fucking park ranger fat. I almost said the F-bomb. This fucking piece of shit is gonna write me a ticket and get my car towed. Are you serious, dude? Can a brother walk his dog in a fucking public park? That's crazy, dude. Dude, my shit better not get towed. I will take a fat deuce on the city hall's doorstep if they tow my shit. Dude, this is like the gayest thing ever. I'm about to get this confrontation caught on live. Dude, fucking Boy Scout trying to get my car towed. I mean, why would I want to go to the park when there's literally like 1 million people here? I want to go to the park when it's quiet. I'm gonna try to hold me accountable, keep that same energy with like the homeless people around here. Jesus. What is this? Come on. Hi. Can I help you? Okay. Get in. Fuck in. Are you good? Are we good? Are we good?
Oh, just to make sure somebody in there though.
Oh yeah, I'm just...
The park is already closed right now.
Okay, alright.
So
Alright. He was probably calling a tow truck. Can't even walk your dog at night. Crazy. Crazy. Like I said, keep that same energy with like the fucking tweakers and the schizophrenic crackheads wandering the streets in a residential quiet neighborhood making all this noise. Won't do shit for that. That's okay. I mean, at least nothing bad happened. At least nothing bad happened. At least my dog didn't take like an hour to take a shit. Like, I literally just got there when the stream started. So, if I had to do a lap around the entire park, then yeah, the situation would have been cooked. My car would have gotten yanked, and then I don't know where you guys are from, but like out here in Los Angeles, you get your car towed. It's like about $700 to get that shit out, you know? Almost a G. And who knows, the last time I got my car towed was like 2 years ago. I don't know if prices went up. I got my car towed like 2 blocks away from MacArthur Park. I parked my car at a Jack in the Box on 6th Street. It was like 6th and Bonnie Bray. And that shit got yanked so fucking fast. I was like, fuck. And then I had to take a lift. I had to hail a ride share to like Eastside Clover, Lincoln Heights area. They had a tow yard out there. They're like, yeah, so it's gonna be $700. Just we accept debit only. Sign here and we'll release your car. I was like, phew. Damn, dude. I feel like I just got graped. How am I? I just got kicked out of a park. Sorta. Well, they were gonna tow my car, but I got it just in time. Now I'm just gonna drop off my dog real quick. Yeah. Anyways, how's everybody doing? We got some more the regulars trickling in. Good morning. Yeah, I remember you because you've commented on my streams before. Artmore. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I remember the names. I remember the names. But it gets harder and harder because I'm always getting more and more new regulars. It's like there's more of the like the amount of people who tune to my streams every single time, that number gets bigger and bigger. And I'm like Joe Biden, bro. Like, I don't have a very sharp memory. I pretty much destroyed my short-term memory capabilities. So, yeah. Sorry, it's nothing personal. If I forget something, my girl, she kind of got a little annoyed with me because I forgot about something, and like she made a suggestion for her birthday and I completely forgot about it. She was like a little annoyed with me. But that's just regular shit. Like, I don't really remember anything. My friends are forgetful. Dude, get this. Like, my friends, they all forgot it was my birthday. And so they're just as bad as me. Must be like a Torrance thing. Something in the air, something in the water gives us dementia. But yeah, I just walked my dog real quick at the park because she kept like barking and like scratching on the door. I was like, fuck. What's PFAS or meth? What's PFAS? You've learned a lot watching my streams. You learned a lot about what? I don't know that much. I feel like I don't know that much. I don't even remember what I talk about. What have I talked about? It's mostly just me like ranting and complaining about shit. Or yelling at hecklers and trolls. How am I, big dog? I don't know. I felt better. My stomach's a little bit fucked up. That's why I'm streaming so late. But, you know, some things good, some things could be better, but it's okay. You know? Isn't that life? It's like, even when everything's going absolutely amazing, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is not going to last forever. This is not going to last forever. And if I treat it like it is, and everything's just dandy and shit, then that's why I'm going to become complacent, leave myself vulnerable for some bullshit to happen. So I'm trust the universe. I'm always skeptical of whenever I get thrown a bone and things are good. I'm like, okay, you know, this doesn't mean that like I'm gonna get off easy in life. This is a test. A chemical used on boots. Is it like you know, we used to have like a problem with like DDT. Like there was some company that disposed of like their DDT. It was like an insecticide or a pesticide, and they just dumped a ton of it like off of the coast of Palos Verdes. All right. And then that shit was like in our water. And hey, do you see my dog? Hey, doggy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey. I don't know if you guys can see here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Have you been a good dog? Have you been a good dog? Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. See, she's just a hater. She hates attention. I mean, she likes it, but she plays hard to get. Yeah, it's my Shiba. Hey, doggy. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Have you been a good dog? Huh? Huh? Have you been a good dog? I love my dog. Yeah, it's a Shiba. Little baby Shiba Inu. I got her when she was 5 weeks old. Yeah, so she's my little puppy. My little pupper. I just got my car detailed 2 days ago. No, yesterday. No, Saturday. And now I have my dog shedding everywhere. If you know anything about Shibas, all they do is fucking shed. They're like an allergy factory. Hey, Shiba. Hey, Shiba. Hey, Shiba. Hey, Shiba. Hey, Shiba. Hey, Shiba. Why are you scared? What you scared about, cuh? Hey, Shiba. Why are you so timid? Huh? 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 Who's a good dog? Are you my puppy? Hmm? Are you my puppy? All right, come on, let's go. All right, chat, I gotta drop her off real quick. Just give me a minute. Come on. Come on, you chicken. Let's go. We're back. We're back. We are back. All right, people like my dog. You guys like Michi? Yeah, Michi. She's a good dog for a Shiba. A lot of Shibas are actually a little aggressive and hostile. They're hostile towards people who want to pet them and, you know, touch them in certain places. My dog's not like that at all. She's very chill. She just doesn't listen. She has a friendly temperament for a Shiba. Like, you always have to add that in parentheses after you say anything about her, because it's like, she's not like a what's a dog that's really friendly, like a Labrador or Golden Retriever, you know, one of those dogs that really loves attention. And, you know, a lap dog, she's friendly for a dog that's not a lap dog, you know. And she doesn't bark, which is good. The only thing that's really kind of annoying about her is now, because I'm up late, she always wants to go take a shit now at like really weird times. But besides that, you know, she's pretty good. Dude, I think the streaming thing would be a lot easier if I just got like 10 dogs and just film them all day. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna let the dogs do all the work, and then people will tune in because, like, who doesn't love dogs? And just be like a dog stream, and the dogs will run the show, and then I'm basically just pimping out my dogs and I get money off of it. Like, isn't that smart? I should just pimp out fucking animals, and then that'll be like my retirement plan. That'll be my pension. Yeah, it's a small dog. It's she's like 20 pounds, 20 to 25 pounds. She's not that fat for a Shiba. Like, a lot of Shibas are pretty tubby, and they can get up to like 35, 40 pounds, you know, if the owner just spoils them to death. Like, I don't believe that. I don't understand people who spoil their animals to death, to literally the point where the dog has like clogged arteries and looks miserable, and their skinny ass legs can't hold their fat ass body. I don't understand dog owners who allow that to happen. I'm like, dude, like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, you love your dog so much that you're gonna kill it. Like, what is wrong with you? What mental disorder do you have? Like, that's not even nice. That's like, you're crazy. There's something deficient with your brain activity. What the hell does this say? Yeah, we are driving. I don't know if I should do South Central tonight. South Central or fucking Altadena. Altadena's so far though. It's like probably like 40 minutes to get there from here. That seems like a dumb adventure, especially at night. I was on Google Earth Street View, Google Maps Street View earlier today, and I saw what Altadena looks like right now. It's just empty lots, dirt. Just a whole lot of nothing. It's like San Bernardino, like the parts that have a lot of empty lots, apartments that got knocked down. It's kind of what it reminds me of. What day is today? Today, it's Monday. Hey, chat. Should we go hunting for tags in alleys, or should we bust a mission to Altadena? law fools from Cali tell me we didn't know. I don't understand. You want tags? Okay. Okay, so everybody wants something different. Altadena tags. We got somebody speaking in, looks like in Samoan. Can't read that. Skid Row. Okay, here's what I'll do. I don't have all the time in the world. It's already after 3 in the morning. We'll do like the closest place that I can go to really is probably the Blade from here, because that's in the southern part of South Central. I'm in the harbor area, so I think we'll do that. We'll go to the Blade. We'll hang out there for a little bit. Then we're gonna migrate. We're gonna push towards. We'll do some South Central, and then we're gonna migrate north through the low bottoms into Skid Row, and then we'll call it after that. So that's what I think we're gonna do. So we're gonna go to the Blade. We haven't been there in over a week. All the gooners are gonna miss out. So we're gonna go through either Hawthorne or Gardena to get to South Central.
crossfader. side to side, side to side, side to side.
Come on, let me go do a little something like this.
Side to side.
Hey, you can call me on your mobile phone. I grab a pen, a sheet of paper, write a letter at your home. You can download my music over internet site, or you can be mixtaping it. We'll still be creating it. You can have a compact disc with vinyl rating it. Vibration, still and keep the vibe waiting. Watch or a reader, a loner or a leader. You could be the one to make the party go to make it heat up. From the highest mountain to the bottom of the ocean. One bottle attack, get attacked or attack. Cause and
we're going to Eastside Gardena. I don't know why the camera keeps fucking up. New Mexico. Yeah, I'd be going to New Mexico if I was doing really, really well as a streamer, but we're not there yet. I want to go to Albuquerque. I told you guys, like I still am. I'm a huge Better Call Saul fan. I would enjoy going to Albuquerque. It's probably a shithole, but I just want to go there just because I was such a fan of a TV show that took place there, or Netflix show. Do you call Netflix series like a TV show, or is it no longer a TV show? Are TV shows like no longer a thing? Like when you refer to what's a Netflix series? I don't even have I do have a Netflix account. I never use it. Fuck. But anyways, you understand the question I'm trying to ask is, do you call a Netflix series a TV show? Or is it just a Netflix series? I'm in my 30s, so I'm so used to calling anything that I watch on TV a TV show. But I wonder if that's what the kids are doing. Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah, you watch it on TV, right? You're not watching it, or at least I don't think you guys watch a Netflix series on like your computer or on your phone. You do it on a television set. Okay. Yeah, just like new terms for things always seem to roll out every 10 years, and then if you can't keep up with it, then everybody thinks you're a fossil. Yeah, this is live. We're in Gardena right now. What? Check out from It's a Good show? I never heard of it. Coming to San Bernardino one day. Like, I think I might start taking some big chances. Actually, I keep saying, like, I'm not going to go outside of LA if my stream, or if, if I'm not making good money on my stream. If something like really shitty happens within like the next, I don't know, couple months, then I might start taking more chances with my streaming, and you're gonna see me going to like more places. So I don't know, if something changes in my life, which I hope it doesn't, but if it does, then you'll probably see me doing like a lot more streams outside of LA. There's this guy. Hey, tell me what you think of this. So there's this streamer who I've been watching for a couple weeks now. He does the IRL shit, what I'm doing, but what he does basically is he streams like 12 to 14 hours a day. So during the entirety of him being awake every single day, he is streaming. Like from when he wakes up to when he knocks out. It's pretty crazy. And he streams almost every single day. Okay, so that's Eastside Gardena. Take a quick photo. Okay, so anyways, let me continue with what I was saying. What I was saying was, this guy, he literally just streams his entire life as long as he is awake. And he does it every day, and it's possible that I might start taking it to that extreme. Hold on, give me a sec. Do you guys think that would be a good idea where I literally stream like 14 hours a day? Like some crazy shit? Yeah, you know, I might just do that, dude. Because like the longer I stream, the more subs I get. And like a lot of this guy's streams, he's really like not doing that much. Like, you know, he's just like walking around, eating food. You know, he interacts with chat not as much as I do. Like since he's like a little bit more, he's more accomplished. He like averages like about 1,000 viewers. And so he mostly just responds to people who like do the text to speech. You know, where it's like you pay like $2 or whatever, and then it reads the message out loud in chat. And so he'll respond to those, but a lot of just like the regular people who are just sending messages for free, he won't respond to them. But the guy averages like about like 1,000 viewers. I'm like, this guy's making pretty decent money. Good for him. You know, but you know, it's kind of inspiring because I'm like, you know, a lot of the times this guy, he's not really doing that much. It's just like eating food, and it's just like his side profile. He's just eating shit. And I'm like, hey, I know how to eat shit too. Not literally, but you know what I mean. I know how to eat food and just place a camera next to me. And then he just driving around, you know. He recently went out of state, and you know, he's just filming the stuff around him, getting drunk. And I'm like, man, I can do this shit, really. But you know, I think the reason why he has such a big following, even though like a lot of the stuff that he does can be pretty easy to replicate, is because he streams for so long, and when you're always on, you gain more and more subscribers. Like if I stream for like 2 hours, I'm not going to gain as many subs compared to if I stream for 8 hours. And I pay attention to the numbers, and I'm like, okay, what if I was just like an absolute nut job and was like, fuck it, 12 hours a day every day, like stream everything. It was so hilarious. This guy, he was like taking a fucking bath on stream. He was in a hotel, and he just like set up the tripod, and he's just like bathing in a bathtub. He'll have like a couple twisted teas, and then he's just like chilling in a fucking bathtub. And I'm like, and then, you know, it's actually good entertainment, because, you know, you see how chat responds. They're all talking shit and like telling him to do gay stuff, and you know, it's like, it's entertainment. I aspire to be a bum. I mean, yeah, I guess, shit. He isn't doing anything, and that inspires you. Yeah, deal with it. Is there any top hats? What are you talking about? You can take it to the extreme on Kick. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do I know Lil Spooky from Eastside Guardian? No, I'm terrible with names. Kick doesn't have time limits on streams. Does YouTube? If you stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year straight, you will become higher popular worldwide in 1 year. I agree with you. And you know what? I am willing to do it. I am 100% willing to do it. I am like an obsessive fucking freak to the point where people think that I'm literally demented. Everything I do, I told you guys, I'm autistic. Which you know, makes me kind of weird and not very good at socializing with people. But it makes me hyper focused on whatever I put my mind to. And I'm willing to be like, you know, that fucking weirdo who streams 24 hours a day. Dude, on Kick, there's motherfuckers who stream themselves sleeping. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's literally a category for like people sleeping and they're in bed just snoring. And there will be like 300 viewers. I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy, dude. The internet, it really boggles my mind how people even acquire fame or make money off of Kick. Like, dog, you're filming yourself sleeping. Like, what are people hoping is gonna happen? Like, I don't know, are they like waiting for him to get bricked up or to have a seizure or to start like choking and gasping for air because what's that syndrome where people, they need like the oxygen mask when they sleep? What's that called? It's like where people, they have breathing problems when they're asleep and they snore really fucking loud. Yeah, they're getting fucking paid. They're getting paid in their sleep. Like, but I'm just like, I can't believe that people do that. And it's like, I'm not afraid to do that. Okay, actually I am, bro. Like, what if like I forget that there's a camera there and then like I just whip it out and then I get my account banned because I forgot that I was filming myself and I just like was bricked up and I had my schlong out. Like, I could see myself just totally, like, assassinating my own character. The first team for 8 hours a day, I gain, like, on average, 200 new subs on YouTube. I don't really gain shit on Kick. Like, I gain Kick followers just by using, like, a kick.com/CaliHood page watermark on all my posts on Facebook, TikTok. I just slap it on everything, dude. Like, I'm super obnoxious with it. And it actually kind of helps, but it's a little slow. It would be going twice as fast if I had my Instagram, though. If this miracle happens that I'm hoping will happen, like, I'm literally threatening legal action against Meta to give me back my account. And because they never did a manual review with a person. And so I'm kind of like claiming discrimination because Gemini and ChatGPT told me to. And I'm hoping it works, because if it does, then my Kick following will grow twice as fast, for sure. If I can get my Kick back, then at a minimum, I'll be gaining maybe like 30 or 40 followers per day. Because I have so much reach on Insta. And if I combine that with Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, then, you know, that's a home run. Oh shit, I forgot I'm supposed to go to the Blade. I've been talking too much. I'm just driving just to drive. And I was like, dude, I want to be able to read chat. But I'm driving on this freeway. I wish I wasn't driving on the freeway. And then lo and behold, I'm not even supposed to be on the fuck. Yeah, like seriously, I don't want to do a sleep stream. I will whip it out unknowingly. And then like I will like, I don't know if that would make me blow up or if that would make everybody fucking be like, okay, this guy is fucking weird. It might make me blow up, but what good is it if I get my account taken down for sexual indecency and exposure? You can't do that on a stream, man. You can't be getting bricked up and then having it poke through the pee hole. What do you call that, what do you call the slit in your boxers where you're supposed to whip out your dick? Like, what do they call it? Like a cock slot? Or, what do they call it? Like a dick sleeve? A peeping hole? Start tagging your YouTube on walls in the hood. I mean, if I was any good at tagging, but I'm not. And I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to become a felon. Like, dude, I'm not sure how much bail and bond would be. Like, if I was to bond out, pay like the 10%, like, I'm not sure if I could afford it right now. So then I would have to do like 90 days in jail if I get caught tagging. So that's all bad. We're on Fig now, though. Yeah, sleep streams, so yeah, they're pointless, but it's like if for some reason you can get people to watch them, you're gonna make money while you sleep. But I wouldn't put my my loyal audience through that. Like, I feel like that they would stop watching, even my streams where I'm actually awake and doing things. I'm kind of in a conundrum right now. Like, I think I might have to buy another phone. Because, like, everybody who's been here knows that I'm trying to eventually become a Kick streamer. And they know that the way I'm trying to do that is by funneling my YouTube audience over to Kick. Like, I'm very transparent about that, right? The problem is like the people who I funnel over to Kick aren't having a great viewer experience because of the way that I have my streams formatted. So if you couldn't already tell, I'm streaming in vertical format. It's not in landscape mode. Kick strongly supports and prefers landscape over portrait. They don't have it set up to where, you know, the screen fits your phone. And so I'm like, okay, you know, what is the point of telling everybody to follow me on Kick when the video is not even going to be formatted properly when I multi-stream? It's going to be vertical, and then they're going to be like, well, what the fuck, you know, it was better watching it on YouTube. What the hell is this Kick stuff? So, like, the workaround that I'm thinking of, because I still want to multi-stream, is going to be something like this. I'm going to have two phones, so I'm going to have two stands on my dashboard, and then one of them is going to be vertical, and that's going to be my stream for YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and then I'm going to have a separate phone to stream horizontally in landscape mode for Kick. So that way, when people start watching me on Kick, they don't think that, you know, Kick is like retarded, and then they get like a bad first impression. So I don't know, that's just a little conundrum that I've been dealing with. So I'm looking to buy like maybe an iPhone 15 or 16. And like, if you want a decent one that's used and refurbished off of Amazon, they run like about like $520, $540. And here's another problem. So if you guys, I'm sure some of you guys tuned in, but I tried doing a day stream yesterday. I did like 2 day streams just while I was commuting back to my house, and my first stream cut out because the sun was making the phone too hot, so it crashed the stream. It was a disaster. And okay, here's one lizard. Now there's 2. So I'm probably gonna have to get my front window tinted. I'll probably have to get like a carbon film to block out as much heat as possible. And so just doing that, that's probably gonna run like what, $350? I've never tinted my windows before. I just never really felt the need. But now it's almost like a necessity if I want to start doing daytime streams. Borat tonight? No. Queen? I fucking hate Queen. Or not, no Queen. Kick pays 23 per hour with incentives. I know a bunch of Kick streamers, was interviewed by some of them. Yeah. It's not 23, it's like, the rapper Dougie 3Z and Marley B 3Z are on Fig right now. They would let you film them. Kick pays 23 an hour with incentives. You are Queen. Dude, Queen sucks. Like, one of the ways that like I determine whether I like somebody or not is if they start singing along to Bohemian Rhapsody when it plays in public. And if they do, then I make up my mind right then and there that I don't want to be their friend. I just think it's such an obnoxious and corny song. And then to see somebody who is so passionate about something that I absolutely despise makes me think that if I get to know this person, I'm going to eventually despise them. So it's like a tell for me. It's like a shit test. It's like, dude, does this guy love Bohemian Rhapsody? Because if he does, then he failed the shit test and he has to be removed from my life. That's just what I do. It's my formula. Like, you know, who's gonna be a legit solid friend to me that I'm not gonna eventually hate. And so that's my formula. And just bust out the boombox, play some Bohemian Rhapsody, and just like observe, you know, get out the clipboard, take some notes, observe their behavior. And if they start singing like it's a karaoke bar, it's like, okay, I'm good on this. I'm good. That's how you feel about Rush? That's funny. I just added a couple songs to a classic rock playlist yesterday, and two of them were Rush songs. It was who the fuck is yelling? Tom Sawyer and Subdivisions. Like, okay, here's what I will say about Rush. I don't like Geddy Lee as like a vocalist. Like, I think his voice, it's like, bro, did you never hit puberty? Like, why does your voice sound like that? It's like, that's not how a vocalist voice should sound. It's not pleasant to listen to. Like the guitars, the drums and all that, and the bass. Like, I like the actual instruments. I like the songwriting that they have. I don't like Geddy Lee as a vocalist. I think he should just stick to playing the bass, and they need to get, like, you know, an actual, like an actual vocalist. Like, he can't sing for shit. He's like Robert Plant, but worse. He's like Robert Plant if he had strep throat every single day for the rest of his life. That's Geddy Lee. You know, and I sometimes feel the same way about Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. I'm like, this guy sounds like retarded. It's like, people who are vocalists in bands should at least be like a good singer in general. not just a person who volunteered and stepped up to the plate. So yeah, that's why I will say about Rush, because you're hating on Rush, and I'm saying, like, I understand why there is a way to hate on Rush that I could agree with. I don't know why you don't like them. I think the music is good. I just think that the vocals suck. Okay, I am gonna go. I will be back to check if I'm watching Borat tomorrow. Yeah, I failed the shit test. Love you, Queen. Shut the fuck up, dude. Queen is what happens when you try to be really good at something but forget to be good at anything cool. Yeah, it's like a bunch of choir boy theater kid music. It's like, I feel like Queen is really good music for like cringy people. Like, it's just really, really hard for me to defend Queen, man. It's too much like a choir. And let's be honest, like, you know, it's gay. They're literally like a gay band. I'm not saying all gay musicians are bad and terrible to listen to, but like theirs is like just really, really cornball. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm sick, like, and, you know, a lot of their other jams are just so fucking overplayed. And I'm so sick of it. Like, what are their other songs? I've tried to, like, just forget that they even exist. That's why I'm having trouble remembering their other songs. Like, We Will Rock You. I'm so sick of that shit. I've been listening to that shit since I was like 3, and they play it everywhere, and I'm like, dude, please stop. Please stop. I've had enough. I have Queen fatigue. Queen fatigue is real. You know, we gotta do something about the citizenship rights of Queen. If there's any Queen members living in the United States, we have to investigate their visa status and whether, you know, they have any legitimacy being in America and profiting within our country. Because I really think that their music is cancerous. And as a proud American, I don't want to see my fellow Americans getting brain cancer listening to this kind of music. Yes, Borat is gay Queen. Okay, Borat's not gay. Borat's just no longer that funny. Borat had a time and place to have his shine. All right? And that was like, I don't know, that was like, I got 13. This South Los, Baby Locos, and F13 Midnights. We have like a bunch of fucking dirty mattresses and shit. We got another South Los tag right there. Wow, very nice. Very beautiful area. Oh shit. There's a Broadway Gangster Crip tag here too. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna loop around. Motherfuck. Alright. We're gonna park in this random ass motel real quick. Hopefully my car doesn't get broken into. Alright. Dude, my stomach is fucked, man. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to Skid Row. I don't want to shit myself in the middle of the stream. got Broadway Gangster Crip right here. Blacking out Denver lanes. I don't know what the fuck that says. BLB? Oh, DLB, Denver lane. They whacked him out twice. What the fuck does that say? Does that say 40? I can't read that. Where am I from? I'm from Los Angeles. Yeah, bro, like I literally like might shit myself tonight. Yeah. Broadway Gangster Crip. Dude, this is why I gotta fix my sleep schedule, because there's some dope old English right here, but you can't see it because it's too fucking dark. I don't know if you can see that. So the picture's gonna come out like ass. South Los. All right. We'll go for a little walk. Baby Locos. You know, MS has been tagging a lot lately, like close to the Blade. They've been crossing out Florencia. I wonder if MS like started a new clique out here. Yeah, it's pixelated because I'm under a freeway. Alright guys, it's going to get pixelated again, just a heads up, because I have to go back under the freeway tunnel. So just bear with me for a sec. It's a setup? Nah. No. No way. Ain't no setup. Oh. 11 Deuce Broadway. Alright. I usually don't come to this area on my streams. We're in South Central right now on what I believe to be like 108th. 108th and some shit. All right, you want a double bacon quarter pounder with cheese and 20-piece McNuggets with spicy buffalo sauce. Okay, I can get you one of those, but we only make it in rare. I'll give you a rare burger. I'll give you a rare chicken burger. And honey. Yeah, I'll honeypot you. I'm a honeypot. I'm here to take your money. Here to take your money, honey. Holy shit. You scared the fuck out of me. 2 people are walking the parking lot. Spooky. Okay. I wonder if these people who own these motels that are in the middle of just like some ghetto, if they actually make money off of it. And how do they make money? Like who would even want to stay there? Like, it doesn't look appealing at all, and it's like I can only imagine that the people who go here are broke. They have nothing. Why wouldn't you stay in a hotel that's like clean, you know? Like, you can't pony up $150 a day, or shit, even like 120. You have to go to these places that charge like 50. Like, how do you even make money doing that? It's like, I feel like you have to be doing something on the side. I don't know. But for some reason, these motels and hotels are not shutting down. I never see them go out of business. So, like, how do they make money? Because their parking lots are never full. Who the fuck is there? Like, it just seems like a place where, like, somebody with no credit score and no money tries to crash for, like, a few nights. the hotels were paid off years ago. Paid off by like what? Like what do you mean paid off? Like they still have to pay property tax. You still have to pay employees. Still got to pay to keep the lights on, so you have electric and utility bills. Why don't chickens wear underwear? Because their peckers are on their face. Okay. Renting rooms for an hour. Huh. Oh yeah, just to smash, huh? So every single crackhead motel is literally just so people can like hook up and fuck real quick and bounce. Like is there really that much business when it comes to like hooking up and prostitution? Is there really that much to go around? Because, dude, I heard that chicks on the Blade, they don't even want to go to a hotel. I heard that literally you can only smash them in your car. And that they're not comfortable going to like a motel and whatnot. I don't know. Look, I don't bone prostitutes. Maybe some of you guys do, and you would know better. I most certainly couldn't talk with any expertise. The tweakers are the security. Those bills are nothing compared to the value of the property. Well, yeah, the property has value, but you need cash flow. Yes, it doesn't matter if you own a property that's like a really big property that's completely paid off. You have bills to pay. Where's the cash flow going to come in? Like, and these areas, property values don't rise that fast. Like, it's South Central. If you're off the 110 freeway, then by everybody's standards, you're in a dumpy area. And you have to pay property tax on it, so there has to be cash flow coming from somewhere. That's my point. And I'm like, yeah, it's just hard for me to imagine that they get that much business, because it's like, okay, even if it's like, okay, so that's where prostitutes are supposed to sleep, and that's where the tricks do their shit with the hoes. But is there really that many of them? Because there's a lot of motels everywhere. Like, if they had like a monopoly in the area, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But there's a lot of them. Like, there's one right there. We just passed one. I don't know. I'm not the expert. Absolutely not. You don't want radioactivity. Some have the option to be a tenant. Oh, okay. So, like, they pay long term. Okay. Yeah, that way you have some consistent cash flow. That makes sense. They treat it like an extended stay. Extended stays are basically people who can't find housing because they've been evicted or they don't have good credit, so they have to stay in one of those. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I owned somewhere in the hood, like a motel, I would try to find people who, it's like, okay, this person's sketchy, but I know that they have the money. And then you have to have like the muscle to kick people out when they don't pay up. Like, you have to have a way to get rid of people, because like there's a reason why people are staying at extended stays. Like, I'm sure not every single person with bad credit or an eviction is going to be necessarily a terrible tenant. I think smart people are capable of learning lessons and not making the same mistake twice. And they just need a roof over their head. But you're going to have people who are going to take your kindness for weakness, and they're going to try to abuse it, and then they're going to make excuses as to why they can't pay. And then they're going to tell you that they have the right to stay there and that you can't kick them out. So it's like, okay, you know. I don't know if the cops or the sheriffs would come over and be like, hey, we have somebody in this hotel and yeah, they're not paying up, so you need to get them the fuck out. I don't know if there's like some drawn out procedure for that, if that would be treated like a regular eviction. But all I know is like I would need to have a way to get people and all their shit taken out of the room upon like a day's notice. I don't want people who don't pay on my property get fucked. So I think that would be like a big problem. I always hear landlords complaining about tenants who are just bums and they don't want to pay, so they just squat. They pop a squat. Pop a squat on your property. Do I listen to Police Scanner? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you legally can't. It's cheaper to just give a couple tweakers $20 to get them out. Okay, so pay them to leave, yeah. Yeah, it's like extortion. Okay, well, you know, if that's the case, then I'm not going to be too... I'm going to charge a good amount. If I'm eventually going to have to pay them off... What the fuck? I just saw some tweakers chasing after a cop car. That was weird. California is one of the hardest to actually evict a tenant. Sure. SNBR Love, do I remember you? Unfortunately, I don't. Have you ran into Cali Crew, the guy that feeds the homeless in California? No. Okay, yeah, you know what? I didn't think about that, Ashley. Yeah, they could just borrow against the value and put into other shit. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, yeah, if you're just smart about what you put your money into, then you could operate at a loss. Like if you are like worth at least like 50 or 100 million and you own like a bunch of crappy motels that you could just leverage off of and use that to fund other things, other investments. Okay, yeah, that could work. It wouldn't, I'm just saying, like, I don't think it would be, I might change my stance on it. I don't think it would be a great idea for it to be like your first business. Like, okay, I'm gonna have a crackhead motel as my first business. It's okay if it's like you have a lot of other investments in your portfolio. Then you don't have to worry about cash flow. The cash is coming from somewhere else. You can use it to reduce your tax liability and just live off of borrowed money. I mean, I think that's what all the billionaires do, right? They don't really pay themselves a salary. They just have so much equity in their own stock that they just borrow off of it and then live off of it. And then they never have to pay, they have to obviously pay like corporate taxes, but they don't have to ever pay personal income taxes because they just live off of debt. It's really smart. I respect the hustle. They are all owned by Indians. Oh, the motels? Dude, you know what? That's so funny. My ex's older sister's husband is Indian. His first business was owning a junkyard. Or not a junkyard, like a recycling facility. So people would bring him scrap metal and then they would, you know, pay you in cash for it and pocket the difference. But his second business was buying some cheap rundown motel. And I'm like, he said it was like maybe like 30 or 40 units, so nothing really that big, but he bought it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what the appeal was with that.
You can evict anyone with a sawed-off shoddy. There's too much liability in that, you know. You're when you do stuff like that, your life can change forever if things don't go the way that you predict they will go. Some people are crazy enough. You pull a gun on them, they're gonna fight back. It's not the logical thing that you would expect to happen, but they might fight back, and they might be like, okay, I'm gonna fight you to the death right now. And now you're forced into a situation where you have to literally kill the person. And then it's like now you're in a similar situation to what Chud the Builder got himself into, and now you're facing like 61 years in prison. 61 years, dude. It doesn't have it, the upkeep is likely pretty low if it doesn't have amenities like pool, breakfast, etc. Oh yeah, can't have a pool. Can't have a pool. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm not paying no fucking pool cleaner. That if there's a pool, it's turning into a fucking duck pond. Dude, like I'm letting you know, like as a landlord, if I ever own a motel, I'm gonna be the worst landlord ever. I'm gonna be like, yo, fuck these tenants, man. I want to turn my pool into an algae farm. Shit, I'll even put some piranhas in there. A fucking piranha pit. Some algae. Oh, it's gonna smell terrible. But I'll save, I don't know, I'll save like maybe $1,000 a month. Make it a tagging pool. I'll make it, I don't know. Maybe that will be like the affordable housing unit. It's like, hey, you know, you need to lay low and crash for a couple nights. I'll have like a couple tents inside the pool. I'll drain the pool, and there'll be a couple tents, and I'll be like, okay, if you only have $20, just spend the night in the pool. So that would be like, you know, me providing Section 8 housing for people. Go be homeless in my pool. Skater pool, no. Dude, I don't want motherfuckers all up in my shit, man. Like, look, you know, obviously, like, I'm intrigued by tagging. I'm not a tagger myself, but I'm intrigued by it. Some niches of tagging I'm intrigued by. And I grew up skateboarding. But I don't want to fucking listen to some skateboarders like bailing on tricks, and they're so fucking loud, dude. They're like I still skate once in a while, like, you know, I'll cruise around. But do you ever stop and think how obnoxious skateboarding really is? It's kind of obnoxious. Oh shit, buddy. Hey, there's some good tags around here. We're in the 5-5 bunches. We're like in that awkward area in between Main Street and the 110 freeway that people mistake for being the east side, but is actually still west side. And like a lot of the gangs here, they don't claim west side or east side, they just claim South Central. But I saw a pretty decent tag. I'm gonna go get that shit. I'm gonna loop back. Let's see, look. There's a nice little tag. Taggers suck. There are some good artwork out there, but these idiots like to spray paint on things that are not theirs. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of part of what happens in South Central. Look, like, I'm a NIMBY, I think it's interesting to observe, but I just don't like it happening where I grew up or where I live. Like for me, I'd be like, damn, that's like really tacky to do it in a nice area. But in like a poor area, I don't care as much. You know, for me, it's not like I support tagging and fucking up other people's property, but it's just like interesting. You know, it's like how people, they'll be like interested in learning about serial killers or learning about the mafia. It doesn't mean that they want to become a mafioso. It doesn't mean that they want to get initiated and prick their finger. It doesn't mean that at all. Like, I find it interesting, but I just wouldn't want it happening where I live, you feel me?
See, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, it's decent. 5-5 bunch.
They're letting people know that this is their street, beware. It's fine. I've met them before. They're cool. Okay, we're in the low bottoms now. Tagging is a warning, not an art. Yeah, sometimes. It's not always a warning. Sometimes it's just artistic expression. You know, most taggers are like that. With this gang-related shit, then yeah, I agree. It's a warning, but not all the time. Sometimes they do it for the purpose of aesthetic. It's not always like, oh, you know, we're just doing some ugly rushed chicken scratch. It's not always like that. I mean, a lot of times it is, but not always. Earlier tonight, oh shit. Oh, we got some more tags. Earlier tonight, there was a couple IRL streamers who are right here. There's a lot of Broadway Gangster Crip tags. They really mobbed up the hood. Dude, this is their other hood. There's, the 11 Deuce BGCs. I was getting that earlier today. Like when I hopped out of the car the first time at the motel. This is their other hood. There's a lot of tags here.
brother? I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick. Is that okay? Do you want to be in it? Yeah, you want to? Okay, all right. Just thought I'd ask nicely. All right. How's it going, bro? There we go. All right, you guys have a blessed night. You have a low bottom. Yeah, I wonder why they call it that shit. I think it's because the street numbers are lower. It's in the 20s through the 50s. They're like attempting to do fingers. That's still kind of active right now. I'm gonna go back to my car. I'm surprised I haven't gotten pressed. There's like a lot of people awake at this hour. It's unusual. How's it going? Here's Tam's Burgers. What time is it? It's like almost 4. There's hella people awake. It's 4:20. That's so weird. All right. Okay, let's make our way to Skid Row. It's 4:30. It's not 3:30. I got started super late tonight. Hi, what's up? We got somebody tuning in from Kick. What's up? There's a 3-hour difference between Michigan and Cali? Really? I thought it was 2. Because Michigan, that's Midwest. I thought you guys were only ahead by 2 hours. So am I a cop watcher? Sometimes.
most of what I do is typically just looking at gang tags and taking pictures of them. I mean, that's how I got big on Instagram. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm trying to help the cops. It's like, no, it was just like interesting. You know, I just took an interest in it. I don't really like have a stance on like, oh, look at all these tags, we got to do something about it. That's never been my stance or my shtick or whatever. But I do this more just, it's more like an adventure. It's like just exploring. That's why I do it. Because I didn't grow up in the hood, so it's interesting. It's interesting to like visit places that you didn't grow up in, that are different from what you're familiar with. Because LA is, it's a dichotomy in LA. Yeah, you have like really good areas and then you have really rough areas. Every big city is like that. And I grew up in a place that was pretty good overall. I don't really have too many complaints about my upbringing. And I think that's what keeps me curious about going to rundown areas like South Central. It's, you know, I'm so used to driving around everywhere. Because in LA you have to drive a lot. I'm comfortable with it. I was like, okay, well, why don't I just start streaming while driving? Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan is Central Time. Is this guy pretending to be from Michigan? Don't gotta lie to kick it, Brody. Adventures, yeah. What are you doing, dog? No. All right. I have 20 minutes to get to Skid Row. Because my rule for myself is I have to start leaving wherever I'm at 4:50. Because that's when the traffic starts. Right now there's nobody. But at exactly 4:50 a.m., that's when you start seeing more cars. And that's my cue to go home. Hey, did anybody watch any of the UFC fights? Or like the Ronda Rousey fight? Did anybody watch MMA over the weekend? Because I only watched one of the fights. There was like a fight night. And it was between Arnold Allen and this fucking guy Costa. His first name is hard to pronounce. He has a fucked up name. I forget how it goes. But he was like this Brazilian dude with green hair, and he got fucked up by Arnold Allen. Just got beat down for 5 rounds. Yeah, that's the only real like sport I keep up with. Just looking at dudes wearing Speedos, beating each other up. Alright, we're on Jefferson in Maine. But yeah, okay, hey, you know, guys, I might start streaming a lot more. I might just start streaming everywhere I go, like literally everything I do. I think I'm going to become a total nut job with streaming. If that's what it takes, it's what it takes. I'll do it. I'm up for any challenge, bro. Bro, go home. I'll see one within like 15 seconds. Okay, cool. Found somebody who watches MMA. That's good. Yeah, you know, I didn't even bother watching or caring about that shit. Here's a little tag. It's probably like, oh, it's Primera Flats and Ghetto Boys crossing each other out. Sworn enemies. Yeah, I mean, I didn't tune in. Like, dude, I don't really. I heard the Nate Diaz and the Mike Perry fight were okay until Nate got his face busted open. I saw on Twitter, MMA Guru said that he has a source that's saying that they partially called off the fight because Nate Diaz shit himself from eating too many body shots. Like, he literally, like, pooped his pants because he got punched in the intestines too hard. And if that's the case, like, I feel bad for him, man. That's such a shitty way to go out, no pun intended. That's really shitty. That's a very poopy situation. But, like, it's like, dude, I don't want to watch Francis Ngannou just beat up some dude and knock him out in, like, the first round. And that's exactly what happened. Like, Francis Ngannou fights, like, I don't expect Francis Ngannou to ever be in a good fight. It's either going to be, like, really boring and somebody's going to lay and prey on him like Stipe Miocic did. Or, like, the fight with Derek Lewis. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was, like, the most boring fight ever. Where I think Ngannou just lost to Stipe, and so he wanted to play it extra safe against Derek Lewis. And then Derek Lewis played it super cautious too, so neither one of them threw any punches for 5 rounds. It was so dog shit. And so it's like, okay, Francis's fights are either gonna be like a first round knockout, or it's gonna be an absolute snooze fest. And it's like the knockouts are so predictable. I don't even really care that much to see him. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, he fucking killed someone with his bare hands again the first 3 minutes of the fight. Okay, what else is new? It doesn't really have much hype for me. Now, this is where I was at like a couple days ago. Primera Flats. Oh shit. Hey, they did some new tags here. And they look pretty damn good. Shit. Some of the tags are the same. Like, you see that? Then we've got the lowrider right there. We got the fingers. Dude, I think I'm gonna have to come to the low bottoms tomorrow, because there was like a really good tag. Like, I like the block letters. They're stepping it up. I always thought Primera Flats had good tags, but not the best in the low bottoms. I thought like Local Park and 38 were like a little bit better. But you can kind of see it. They do the big letters, the 2s and the 3s, like really clean. You know? I have to come back during the daytime. Their tags are getting better. You see, like, whenever I see a hood start doing better tags, I remember. And I'm like, okay, I gotta check this block more often. The next time I'm in the area, I have to focus more on this hood. There's like a cycle. It's like every like 2 or 3 years, it's like a boom bust cycle. Like they'll have good tags for like a couple years, and then the one who is doing all the good tags, they get arrested or some shit, or maybe worse, maybe they get killed. and then it'll just like everything will look kind of shit for a while. Wall bangers, ain't no gangsters over there. The Low Bottoms is actually kind of hot right now, I think. Somebody just got killed like 24 hours ago getting tacos on Slauson and Holmes Street. So I think it's a little hot now. It's not just wall bangers. You walked all down there. Okay, well, I mean, it's not the 80s or the 90s. I don't know what you would expect. Even the most active hoods, there's not like somebody standing watch and pressing people on every single block. It's not like that anywhere in LA, where every single block of their hood, there's somebody there who's devoting their lives to check where you're from. I don't even know if it was like that in the 80s or the 90s. People say it was like that, but I didn't live through that. I think nowadays you can't expect really any hood to be like pressing you no matter where you are. I just don't think it happens. It doesn't happen that often. You have to go to where the heart of their hood is at dinner time, and then you can expect something to happen. So, you know, every hood has like a main intersection, or maybe like a few of them, where it's like, okay, they're very likely to be posted up here. And if you're looking for trouble, that's where you go. If you purposely or unintentionally go around those areas, then yeah, maybe nothing bad's gonna happen to you, unless if you look really banged out. If you look super banged out, you got like all the face tats, you're walking like you own the place, and you have a bandana, shit, okay, you know, if you want trouble, wear a bandana. If you want to see how active a hood is, walk around for an hour with a bandana. Ain't no gangsters over there. All right, where approximately do you stay at? Which hood? Whose barrio do you stay in? And do you look banged out? If you look banged out, then yeah, that's one thing. But you know, if you live down there and they're used to seeing your face, then why would they press you? They'll be like, oh, he's just another guy who lives here. I see him here all the time. So and so said he was cool. Whose barrio do you stay in then? Ain't no gangsters over there. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna dispute that because, like, I've met them, I've seen them. All right, guys, we're in the Fashion District. We're gonna make our way to Skid Row right now. What do you think about the city of Inglewood? I don't know. It could be dangerous. You know, if you're an affiliate out there, like, you know, there is some gunplay out there. It gets popping. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I mean, I think the stadium kind of changed shit, changed the environment. It's not as ghetto as it used to be. They're trying to clean it up, but you know, it still has its sections where it's undoubtedly a hood. Like 104th Street's still a hood. Where else? The Legends and the Raymonds and the Inglewood Treses right across the street from SoFi, that's still a hood. You know, like wherever the bad apartments haven't been knocked down yet, And if it's still like a very high concentration of like non-whites, non-Eastern Asian, if it's like largely black and Hispanic people who haven't been displaced by gentrification, then there's probably a hood element there. And not on every block, but there's definitely a higher probability of it. Where else is ghetto in Inglewood? What the fuck is this, dude? Look at this shit. Fucking white fence and 18th Street. Let me get a picture real quick. Yeah, Inglewood isn't as fucked up as it used to be. Inglewood, close to Hyde Park or close to Florence, it gets kind of bad, you know, because it's like you're close to 60s and there's a gang war between Inglewood and the 60s. And then, you know, Inglewood also beefed with Florencia, so that can be a little bit of a rough area. Like I think somebody from Inglewood just got killed by Florencia, and then somebody from Florencia just got killed by Inglewood, supposedly. Holy shit, look at this fucking retard. See that? Smells like shit. People always burning garbage. Good old Skid Row. Maybe it's supposed to be like the skid marks on in a toilet bowl after you take a shit. That's why they call it Skid Row. Like some dookie skid marks. Go take a shit in a tent. I know. I just hotbox a bunch of farts and leave. Burning garbage, trying to start forest fires. very nice place. Just a trash dump and a place to dispose of your dirty needles. Dude, this Baltimore hotel on 5th in Los Angeles, I've been inside there. I delivered food in there. It's so fucked up inside. Very messed up. Okay, we'll do another loop-de-loop, and I'm gonna start heading home. It's 4:50 already. That's my rule. Yeah, 5th and Hill is still out here. 5th and Hill is still active. What is the main drug? I honestly don't know. I would assume it's like fentanyl and meth. But fentanyl seems to be more prevalent like MacArthur Park area. I would say, to me it looks like more meth out here. I don't see as many people doing the fentanyl crawl. Maybe it's more tweakers. You gonna go? You gonna go? Look at all the trash. Straight garbage, dude. If I don't make it as a streamer, this is where you're gonna find me. I'm gonna be like dropping deuces and tents. Fucking, I don't know, trying to recycle the metal of discarded dirty needles to sustain myself. Maybe I'll like, I don't know, if I was homeless, what would I do? Well, I guess it depends what state of mind I'm in. Like, am I coherent enough to want to get out of that situation, or am I just gonna be like this creature, this partially humanoid creature just dwelling like an insect on the sidewalks? I don't know what I would do. I think getting an RV is pretty legit. I think if I was homeless, I would want to get an RV. You can get a decent beater, I think, for maybe $5,000. So I guess steal catalytic converters until I have $5,000 to buy an RV, and then I'd pretty much be living like a king. Van, yeah, like a van or an RV. You met your wife here. People mix fentanyl and twack. That's crazy. How much is the cheapest bag of meth or fentanyl? I don't know. I don't ask. To be honest, I try to stay away from people who do that shit, but you know, I guess now that I do this content, I have to like know the answers to these questions. I don't really know. I heard that the cartel wants to sell fentanyl more because it's way cheaper and they can make way more money off of it per ounce. And they've adapted to pushing primarily fentanyl because the borders they've become more difficult to sneak contraband through. And so cocaine and meth are like, you know, they're not worth as much per pound. So it would take more trips using like a drone to drop it off on the other side of the border. But fentanyl is like way more valuable. So they're just doing fentanyl and then just dropping off bags on the other side of the border. You're heading out, gotta get this day started, and yes, RV is the way. We lived in one for a year, bought it for 2,000. You bought an RV for 2,000. Are you like 85 years old? Dude, did you live through the Great Depression? How the fuck did you get one for 2,000? $2,000 for a fucking RV, bro. Dude, do you have any like cool World War II stories that you like to share with us? Set an alarm for powder, 800 to 900 an ounce. Meth is only $100. Yeah, see? Oh shit, dude, this chick looks fucked up. I bet some of you guys would blow that back out of a homeless woman with osteoporosis. The CIA loves meth. Yeah, I know they corroborate it or something. Yeah. Yeah, the world is just one giant psyop, isn't it? We live in a simulation ran by evil people. The bad back seems very common. Yeah, I wonder people who got that, I wonder if they got shot. Like they got shot in the spine. Because I don't think just regular arthritis causes shit like that to happen. Like you had to have like fallen off a building or like get ran over by a car or like a really, really bad workplace accident that never got treated. Yeah, you already blew out the back of a disabled woman. Jeez. To each their own. Sheesh. We left Afghanistan as soon as fentanyl hit the scene. Yeah. I don't know what the timing was with that. I feel like fentanyl hit the scene in like the mid 2010s. No? Mid 2010s? That's when I started hearing about it. Like on Vice magazine. Only 1 cent for meth. That's because they put animal tranquilizers in the drugs. It ruins their backbone. Morning. That back been blown out too many times. Spine gave out. Dude, I never saw the video, but I heard that there was some video of a guy who got penetrated by a horse and it killed him. So maybe she got a little bit frisky with a horse, but she survived. Maybe that's what happened. How do you think I mostly, though? J-Cum is awesome. Anyone out there do Jake? What is that? What a shithole. Their body just gets so used to hitting the fent lean that it just gets like that and they walk around like that. The 2005 Enumclaw horse sex case. Damn, you know your lore. Dude, did you see the video? I can't watch shit like that. Dude, I had this friend who would watch so much weird crap on the internet. I think he was sick in the head. He liked to watch snuff. You know what that is? He liked watching people like fucking like off themselves and like blow up their body parts and shit. It was like fucking mutilation, pain Olympics type shit, and he liked watching it. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He was this like quiet Chinese dude, like just a quiet, shy, humble, reserved Chinese dude, and he just like would always watch snuff. And I'm like, bro, is this guy a serial killer? What the fuck is wrong with him? It was so disgusting, dude. I was like, I never saw him the same after that. I was like, bro, dude, I'd rather just have you like goon out to some just like regular fucking corn hub and watch that shit. Dude's a freak. You got working 4 hours. Yeah, don't go watching it, dude, because like you might like it. That's why you shouldn't watch it. Well, if you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, that's my shit, yeah, don't watch it, man. Have you heard of the opium war UK had with China? I want to read up more on that. J-Cum is huffing rotten human shit out. Okay. I don't know what you're... Who's J-Cum? What is that? Tables have turned. It's our turn now. Our turn to... Oh. To sell opium. Guess. I don't know. I don't want to speak too much on things that I haven't really researched much yet. I'm paranoid of looking stupid on stream. Because once it's out on the internet, it's there forever. Dude, being a streamer has made me want to start reading books. Because, like, I'm really self-conscious about, like, not looking dumb. Because I feel like looking dumb is, like, the worst thing. To just be a total bimbo and not know shit about anything. And to be constantly proven wrong on everything that comes out of your mouth. Like, I don't want to be that guy. So I need to start reading books. dust off the cobwebs and, you know, put my 2 brain cells to work. Yeah, you'd get hooked on it, bro. You would. We all would. We can all, like, you know, we can all pretend. We can all pretend that we're all these alpha male figures. But deep down, if we're shown anything just a little bit outside what is considered normal on Pornhub, we would get suckered into some weird shit. And before you know it, like, Max Ninja is gonna be on, like, some dyke bitch's leash, going to BDSM parties and being forced to sit and roll over on command, you know? So it's best to not watch it because, you know, these people who have weird, like, fetishes and stuff, probably before they discovered it, they were probably somewhat normal as people, or they're, like, passable. Maybe not the most normal and put together, but, you know, they probably have, like, regular jobs and shit. And then all of a sudden they get into this weird kinky shit. And then there's some people who, they allow that shit to become their entire personality. Like, there's, like, hella weird bitches on Tinder who are, like, obsessed with BDSM, and I'm like, bitch, you're weird. Keep that shit to yourself. Maybe get mental help. Like, you know, they're like, oh, I love being dominant. I want you to be my pet. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing on Tinder, lady? Go buy a dog, dude. You need an emotional support animal because you're deranged. Go pet a dog, okay? I don't know. People like that kind of freak me out. Dude, okay, so like 3 or 4 years ago, there was this Asian chick at this grocery store, and it was the Amazon grocery store, like the Amazon Prime grocery store. I was curious about it, so I walked in to check it out, and then there was this chick in uniform. She's an Asian girl who's there to just, like, greet the customers and explain to all the newcomers how shit works. And then, like, when she was, like, talking to me, she was, like, visibly, like, nervous and had anxiety. I was like, that's weird. Doesn't this chick, like, talk to people, like, every minute of every hour for this job? And she was, like, acting, like, all weird. I was like, okay, what is this girl's deal? So anyways, like, she's just, like, telling me how the store works, and, you know, it turns into, like, a little conversation. It lasts for, like, 5 minutes, and then I leave. The concept of those Amazon Prime grocery stores is so stupid. They're retarded. But I digress. I go onto Tinder and guess, like, I had, like, an upgraded version of Tinder so I could see who liked me, who swiped right on me. It was that fucking girl, dude. Somehow she found me on Tinder within an hour of me leaving. And she swiped right on me. It was so weird. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, okay, let me see how deep this rabbit hole goes. And so I swiped right on her. And then we're, like, talking. And I'm, like, thinking, okay, this girl wants to fuck. And so the conversation went in a certain direction, and then she starts saying, like, oh, so what are you into? And I was like, I'm pretty vanilla, to be honest. And she's like, well, I don't want to do anything unless if I can totally dominate you. No exceptions. And I was like, okay, I think I'm good on this. And then she just immediately unmatched. And I was like, I don't know, it just kind of gives me the ick when they're like, I want to be super dominant. I'm like, dude, maybe you should become trans. Maybe you should like grow a penis. Maybe you should start taking steroids, and then you can have like your clit turn into like I think if you take steroids as a girl, your clit will actually turn into like a wiener, and then like the vulva turns into a ball sack if you take enough roids for like many years. And I think women who are into that, they should be doing that. Could have been a good time. Hell no, dude. Hell no. Like she'd probably want to peg me. Like, oh, I'm gonna be this girl's I'm gonna be her bitch. No. Dude, she wasn't even like that good looking. She was like okay. Like, you know, like smashable, but not. Nah. And then she would want to peg me. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, what else would she have in store for me? Like, she'd start like slapping me or like punching me or whipping me? Like, that's so yuck. What if she does all that shit and then she secretly films it? Like, dude. No, I'm not trying to deal with like people who are too into that freaky shit. I'm good on that. Did I ever score on Tinder? Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, you know, my priorities, like obviously my priorities are different. I have a girlfriend. I'm not on the apps anymore. This was like 3 years ago. You know, if you're a fuckboy and you're just trying to hook up, you can find stuff on Tinder. It's easier to find stuff on Tinder than on Hinge. But you know, I'm older. I don't need to just like, you know, if I were single, I don't need to just go and like smash things. Like, I would just go straight to Hinge and be like, okay, who's somebody who I can like date? I've been over like the hookup culture shit. It's just it doesn't do anything really for me. I mean, it doesn't right now. I'm in a relationship, but if I was single, I'd probably be pretty over it. You would have played along just because she's Asian? Oh, I mean, I didn't have to settle. I don't have to settle for like every single piece of ass that comes my way. I don't have to like get all weak for a girl who, you know, is completely not what I'm looking for just because she's Asian or whatever. It's just coochie, you know. It's just coochie. There's other girls. Like, if you want to hook up with somebody else or somebody else, you know, like, it is possible to hook up with a girl and have a bad time. All right? Some girls stink. Okay? Some women, you know, they might be dirty and then, you know, it's just... I don't think that, you know, sometimes a sexual encounter can be a waste of time. You know, there's women who, they're dishonest about the way that they look. You know, a lot of them use Photoshop. Thoughts on marriage? Yeah, I think marriage is a thing. I mean, you have to find a woman who, you know, will cooperate. And, you know, I feel like that there's certain roles in marriage. Like, I want a girl who cooks. My girl, she can cook. I want a woman who's, you know, respectful, respects my space. I'm an introvert, you know, so like I get really drained by spending too much time with other people. Even if you're my chick, I can't be with you all the time. I can't be around anybody all the time. I'm an only child. I didn't grow up with, I didn't hang out with like a lot of people when I was young. I always kept to myself because being by myself meant that I'm at peace. Being with other people means I have to like deal with drama and other people's needs and shit. And it's like, I'm not used to that. I think marriage can work. It didn't work with my parents. They divorced. But, you have to be very careful. Like, I don't like how when there's divorce, it's like the chick could potentially take like half of everything. It's like, dude, no. Like, that doesn't make very much sense. I think child support, sometimes makes sense. I wish marriage worked better. I wish marriage worked better. In the manosphere, they say feminism really kind of ruined marriage. And I think pornography probably kind of plays a role in that a little bit too, to like marriages not working as well. I think like in the old days, marriage was like more important because it was about survival. Like you have to reproduce because you need offspring to help work on the farms and shit. And so it's like there's like a pressure, like a societal pressure that's like it's all gonna be over unless if you get married. I think that was kind of good, like I think that made people not romanticize marriage as much. It's like, hey, this is more just like us working together with the goal of producing more children. Like now I feel like it's more about like dating and date culture and having fun and buying gifts constantly. And like it makes me wonder if my grandparents were the same way. Like all about gifts and dating and all this shit. Cause like, that makes marriage much more difficult. Like if you have to buy like a bunch of extra stuff and you have to always have vacations, always go on trips, it makes it more difficult to keep a relationship together if that's what the standards are. That's the best part of it. That's funny. It may be like if you're just like still super horny and like over it, then yeah, I guess. But I don't know. Relationships are hard though. Relationships are really hard. They're very difficult. No, she didn't. No, she wasn't a Vietnamese prostitute in the 1970s or the 1960s. Cooking or cleaning would be the least of your problems in a marriage. Well, okay, so what are the biggest problems in marriage? Why don't you tell me? Break it down for me. The main thing is like I just don't want to deal with like a lot of attitude from a woman. I don't want to be nagged at for shit. And I don't want to be like constantly like forced to be somebody who I'm not, Yeah, like I feel like back in the day it was like, are you a hard worker? Can you provide for a family? Like being a provider was the most important thing. I'm not sure if like being emotionally available and buying a ton of shit and going on a bunch of dates was the most important thing. Cause like my grandparents, they weren't rich. You know, they're like always working. And on my dad's side, they're farmers. It's like, what the hell are you gonna do? And there was a lot of kids in the family. Like my dad, he had like 4 or 5 siblings. He had like 5 siblings. So it's like, you know, you just have a shit ton of kids, and then the mother's like always cooking and cleaning and like teaching them how to read and shit. It's like, well, where's the time for fun? It's just nonstop work. And sometimes I feel like I'm more tailored for that because I'm not the type of guy who needs to have fun. I'm not the type of guy who needs to go on a bunch of dates. Like it's nice to like go on vacations and go out once in a while, but you know, I'm not a hedonist. I'm not looking to just like have fun all the time. Be like, oh, you know, I want to go to this museum. I want to go and try, you know, this activity and that activity. It's not stimulating for me anymore. Like I did so much shit when I was a kid that it's like, okay, like I can kind of predict how much fun this is going to be. It doesn't hit the same. Like I don't get like a dopamine hit or like I don't get a serotonin boost from doing certain activities. I just feel like I'm going through the motions and shit. You hate fun? Yeah, I'm not a fun-loving guy. Like I'm not the type of guy you take to the fucking club. I'm not the type of guy that you take to Vegas with a big-ass group. And I'm not gonna be like a groupie at a rave who dresses up and wears a bandana covering my head and I'm just like dancing the whole time. Like I tried doing that type of shit when I was younger, and I don't miss it at all. It's not a reflection of my personality. Like I just want to chill. And I, from what I've heard, a lot of people who watch streams like mine, they're just like introverts who want to live vicariously through someone else because they don't want to go out. To be honest, we should have censored more media because society has declined for freedom of speech. Yeah, you know, in a lot of countries they do that. In a lot of countries they try to keep everything, like Muslim countries usually don't have freedom of speech. You know, getting rid of freedom of speech could go different ways. Sometimes you can make an argument for it being a good thing because you can really like fuck up people's understanding of reality. You know, look at North Koreans and look at all the shit that they believe. Hell, look at all the crazy shit that we believe sometimes. You know, like even. Like a lot of countries, they're told from day one how to think and what to believe, and that's not always for our benefit. So, you know, sometimes, you know, there is an argument to get rid of freedom of speech. Like if you're just broadcasting blasphemy as a media outlet and you just spread lies, like, is that good for society? Obviously not. And then, like, if you have, like, media outlets that are monopolies, which they pretty much are, you know, there's very high barrier to entry of, like, major media outlets. But, yeah, and even if you want to just be an independent journalist with, like, a YouTube channel or a Kick or a fucking Twitter or whatever, you can get banned. People get banned. People get shadow banned. Because they might have the right understanding of reality, and that conflicts with the artificial reality that the world wants you to believe. You don't give a fuck about Burning Man, but I love going to the lake, the mountains, the river. Yeah. Feminine brainwash mindsets nowadays. Some women don't want to do anything. They just expect you to be rich, funny, and capable of everything. You know, the hardest problem that I have is being emotionally available. I can't. I'm so, like, you know, I'm ambitious. I believe one day I will be rich. I believe one day, I'll be like a really good provider. I want to provide, but the thing that makes me so easy to hate on for girls is that I'm not emotionally available. I'm not sensitive. I don't like talking about my feelings. I'm kind of mysterious. Like, I talk a lot on stream because, well, you have to. But I don't like communicating, like, what's going on in my head to my partner. It's something that, like, I'm very bad at. Okay, so this is the one gang in Torrance. This is Labrana. You're rich right now in a sense. You have a freedom to drive right now. Yeah, but it's not where I want to be. You know, and I define rich. Well, the last definition for rich is like you make 25 times more than what you spend per year. At least 25 times more than what you spend. So if you spend like $60,000 a year on all expenses and you make 25 times that, then you're rich. Okay, so that means that you're making... Shit. You're making like $1.5 million per year. Because I think that's 25 times 60. So that's like 15, that's 1.5 million. You're rich now in a sense. Like, look, I'm rich compared to other people in the world. I get that. And I'm not saying I'm not grateful for what I have. What I'm saying is that I want to do better than what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm not satisfied. I'm one of those guys who's never satisfied, never comfortable with where he's at. And that's where, like, a lot of my stress comes from. Sexless marriage sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, I'm not... Dude, my libido is like dead right now. I don't even care about sex right now. You know what is horrible in a marriage? A sexless marriage. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't really care about sex as much. I used to like really prioritize sex in a relationship, like before COVID. And then, you know, for some reason, I'm just like, my libido's not the same. I'm an old soul fuddy-duddy. Yeah, people have been telling me that since I was a kid. You know what is horrible in a marriage? A sexless marriage. Feminine brainwash mindsets nowadays. Some women don't want to do anything. They just expect you to provide. They expect you to be rich, funny, and capable of everything. This is the problem. Yeah, probably the standards went up a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't like good, chill women out there. There definitely are. not every girl is a hoe. Not every girl is a bitch. Not every girl is like ultra feminist. There are good girls out there. But I would say, yeah, it is a bit harder. It is a bit harder. And there's also like this polarity with like political beliefs. Like women are usually hardcore liberals nowadays. Like super, super left wing. And men are becoming more and more right wing. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, we don't even have anything common ideologically. And, you know, you'll have girls who, you see it a lot on their profiles, on their dating app profiles. It's like, you know, no Republicans, no conservatives. It's like, okay, but there's not a lot of guys. Like, yeah, there's liberal men, but there's less of them. I would say even in Los Angeles, the men probably lean at least more moderately conservative than the women, at least like straight men anyways. Emotional support is important, but the problem is that the definition of feelings keeps expanding. How you feel matters, but how you should feel matters even more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good with feelings. Like I'm not like a sociopath, but I like being left the fuck alone, to be honest. Like I like just being by myself. I'm a hermit. I don't like socializing. That's why it's so weird for me to become a streamer, where all of a sudden I'm talking to people through YouTube. It's very weird. If you think we got freedom, that's your delusion. Yeah, I am definitely more rational. Like, I used to be more emotional as a kid. I used to have anger problems. And, you know, I think anger problems are bad. That's why they call it a problem. And I had that as one of my attributes because I was more emotional. And then, you know, I had to teach myself over time. I was like, listen, you got to stop fucking being a baby and crashing out over like every little thing. You know, it makes you look like a fool. So I had to adapt and learn from that. Stop being a crash out. Yeah, we communicate through this portal. You will never ever trust men again unless you find the right man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Depends what your standards are. Like, my standards have definitely gone down, I would say. Like actually, I shouldn't say that. My standards have gone up in some ways and down in other ways. Like when I was younger, like a girl had to have like a certain look, and that was like really important. I'm not as like picky when it comes to that. So I'm less shallow than when I was a kid, but the traits that I care about more, like respect. I care about respect. I care about like my personal space. But I'm not sure if my standards are like too high. I guess finding a girl who gives you space is probably pretty hard to find, because women usually want a lot of attention, and that's something that I'm like really bad at doing. There's too much emphasis on feelings these days among women. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like for me it's like, look, I'll like be stressed out and I'll work my ass off and I'll provide for a family, but just don't expect me to be chipper all the time. Like, it's draining and it's very stressful trying to, you know, in this economy in California, trying to pay for like another person. It's like, dude, look, I can do it. And a lot of guys don't want to do that shit. They don't want to provide anymore. But I will do it. Just like, you know, give me my space and don't give me too much shit for like, you know, if I'm in a bad mood because I'm overworked and drained and burnt out. It's like the only thing that I ask. You're from Ontario? Cool, we're in LA. You don't want attention, you have animals. Yeah, that's fine. Animals are cool. At the beginning of the stream, I was walking my dog. A chick that wants you and supports you is what's up. Yeah, like, I like that. Like, I like a girl who's, like, interested in me. So, like, the only women who, like, I will go on dates with, really, are, women who show, like, actual interest, you know? Because I found that, like, if women aren't, like, excited or enthusiastic about the dating process right from the get-go, then it's not really, like, worth it. I feel like that's just getting set up to be friend-zoned if they're not, like, immediately, like, interested. I'm not saying that they have to fall in love with me right off the bat. That's crazy. But showing enthusiasm, you know? Like, oh, you want to talk to me. Okay, cool. And that's like the thing that I have in common with, like, you know, all my exes and my current girl is that when we first started talking, they were enthusiastic. They weren't like trying to play stupid fucking games and play like hard to get or whatever and play mind games and shit. Like, dude, you know, I don't want to deal with somebody who overthinks shit and does stuff like that and is always trying to like be like, oh, look, I have the upper hand. It's like, dude, like, grow up. You have a dog and 2 cats. Yeah, I have 1 Shiba Inu. At the beginning of the stream, I was walking my dog. What part of Cali am I in? I'm in Torrance. But yeah. Yeah, women and men are not the same, so it's like, it's kind of difficult to figure out, like, you know, what do you want? Like, I don't, you know, it's hard to provide it because it's like I've even had a talk with my girl about this recently. I was like, okay, there's certain things that, like, I'm not going to be good at as a dude, you know? Like, there's certain things that's like, you know, maybe that's more of a girl thing, like talking on the phone. Like, girls a lot of times love chatting on the phone. I've never really been like a huge fan of it. And so, yeah. Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship, you can never ever just like ditch your friends for your new partner. Like, you got to have some balance. I think it's very difficult to, you know, and it's kind of unreasonable to expect your partner to fulfill every need that you have. It's like, you have to be my best friend. You have to pay for everything. You have to do all this shit. You have to, like, it's like, okay, there's certain things that you can get from your friends, certain types of support. Because that's like the one area I'm not good at, is like giving like a lot of emotional support. Like, you know, I'll listen and stuff. You know, when you're going through a hard time, I'll be there. But it's hard for me to like do it like every day. You know, like being somebody who gives emotional support every single day. It's like, dude, I don't think I'm built for this shit. Your perspective changes as you get older. You probably don't have the same standards for a girlfriend or wife as you did when you're in your 20s. Yeah, in my 20s, I didn't know shit. In my 20s, I had no standards. In my 20s, it was like, oh, you know, are you cute? And that was basically it. And then, you know, and then I would be like wondering why the relationship is going to shit. Like I didn't know what red flags were in my 20s. Like I didn't know, like, hey, this is the cue to fucking bail. Like I didn't know that shit. Like I don't want to start like bashing my exes and shit. At least not today. Otherwise, I'm not ever gonna go back home and get some sleep. But yeah, like I used to be a fucking fool, man. Like 10 years ago, you know, my girl would be doing some like showing some serious signs of like, yo, like this is not gonna work out. You need a fucking dip. And I would just like, I would be pissed about what was going on, but I'd be like, well, maybe we can talk it out. Maybe we can work shit out. Maybe things will improve. Maybe this is temporary. It's like, dude, if they do certain things, you have to consider them as deal breakers, you know? And you have to leave out of self-respect. Some girls just love to hear themselves talk. I mean, that's a girl thing. That's what girls do. Women, they like talking on the phone, and it's like, I don't hate on them for it. It's like, you're a girl, you're supposed to be like a social creature. Women are more social than men, and I'm like the complete opposite. I'm not social at all. When I was in elementary school, I would ditch my friends so I could be by myself. So I'm like the antithesis of a woman. So I cannot provide the needs that other women give you if I'm dating you. You raised yourself so you had nobody to raise you. You're 54 and everybody says you don't look your age, and you don't. Yeah, that's good. Chicks with borderline personality disorder have better sex. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I always hear people talk about how much, you know, they want a big booty Latina, but then also at the same time, it's like they're fucking crazy. And like, yeah, for me, like I can't date a high maintenance crazy bitch. It just won't work. Like I don't tolerate like verbal disrespect, because it's like dude, I just can't fucking tolerate it. Like, and then like I can't date a woman who has violent tendencies. Like, if in your brain, if you believe that violence is an acceptable way to handle a problem in a relationship with your man, then I want nothing to do with you. I'm not trying to fucking lose custody of my kids because you fucking punched me and like I felt like I had to defend myself, and I hit you a little bit too hard back, and now your family is like trying to take me to court and press charges. Like I want absolutely nothing to do with a violent woman. Get the fuck away from me. Like, if that's the type of crazy you are, fuck off. You don't deserve a man. You know, like I don't care if you're like an emotional creature. Like you can use that as an excuse all day long. The courts ain't gonna give a shit if you're out like trying to physically hurt people. Like the men who stand up for themselves, they're not gonna give a shit. Oh, I'm emotional, so I have to like physically put hands on you. Like, fuck off. Have some control over yourself. You know, you're an adult. Stop being a kid. The crazy ones, and she was white. In your 20s, if she had a beautiful face and nice boobs and there were no red flags. If I was in my 20s and she had a beautiful face and she had no red flags, I would fuck it up. I would ruin the relationship. I didn't know enough about women or dating to handle a woman. I would have fucked it up somehow. I would have maybe have been like too into her, or, you know, not giving her space, or too controlling or whatever, too insecure. When I was in my 20s, like I didn't have the experience or the maturity necessary to deal with like a woman in a relationship. Your ex-girlfriend just yaps all day long. That's why she's the ex. Okay. So you just got sick of it and you're like, all right, peace out, bitch. Positive is everything. Negative, I don't like. Stay cool, bro. Stay positive. I'm too okay, so like I like to think that I'm a positive person. However, I'm too stressed out to be like all happy and chipper and shit. Like I'm not like a happy person. You know, I'm very like kind of stone-faced, deadpan, stressed out, and easily annoyed. So, yeah, I might be just a fucking nightmare for women. A red flag for me is when a girl never admits she's wrong. It drives me nuts. You know, that's one of the good things about my girl is that when she's in the wrong, a lot of times she will own her mistake. She will own her mistake if she's wrong at times. So, like, I have to respect that about her. But, like, I'm telling you, like, that's also something I will not fucking tolerate. Like, if you are clearly in the wrong and, like, you can't own it within 24 hours of us getting into it or having an argument, I think I'm done with the relationship, to be honest. Like, because if you're going to argue with me when you're wrong, and then when I correct you and I try to do it respectfully and you still disagree and argue with me, then I'm like, okay, you clearly don't respect me. It's like, are you dating me because, you know, like, aren't you dating me because you trust my ability to solve problems and analyze situations? Like, I'm breaking it down for you. Like, hey, you kind of messed up here. And now you're saying, like, well, you're wrong. Even though, like, you know, I'm right. Anyways. God, I'm tired. I'm probably gonna peace out soon. Hey, good morning, Sandra. Niggas just waking up, LOL. We been on this live all night. That's a shorter stream. It's only been 3 hours. Here, I'll flip this shit. Let's see. I get you 100%. You're not fake. You can be happy in your mind and not take shit. I'm just very introverted. I'm very introverted. I live inside my own head. I don't feel like I need to, like, talk and communicate and discuss, like, every little fucking thing. You know, I don't, like, women like to talk and, like, know about, like, what's going on in your head, what's going on with you, but I'm more mysterious, and, like, I don't solve problems that way by having a fucking therapy session. It's not in my blood. I'm not good at that. Oh, Artmore's back. That's crazy. Wife her up, dude. That means she's rational and doesn't use her feelings as an excuse for every problem. Yeah, that's not good if you always have to be the first to admit you fucked up. You're always the first to admit you fucked up. Well, that's good. I mean, just make sure that you don't enter some kind of psychosis where you always, like, think you're not good enough, you know? Like, I feel like that might be an extreme in, like, the wrong direction. Admit when you fucked up if you actually fucked up. Because if you end up with a guy who's, like, fucking psychotic, and, like, he's clearly in the wrong, but you don't have any self-esteem to stand up for yourself, and you just, like, accept it, then you could end up in a very abusive relationship. And there's plenty of relationships like that out there where, like, the guy is hella abusive physically and emotionally. Like, you know, like, I'm all for, you know, men not having to be, like, super emotional in terms of support, and, like, not having that be an expectation in relationships. But men, they have to be in control of their shit too, because, like, there's a lot of stupid ass men out there who are terrible at relationships. and they can be abusive, and they can be wrong, and there's such thing as like stupid men who don't know what they're doing. They're immature. And I feel like if you just admit that, oh, I'm in the wrong all the time, like it's always my fault, then you can get stuck with a guy like that and get trapped, and that's not good either. You know, you're gonna become like, I'm not saying that that's you, but I'm saying if that were you, you'd become like that girl or that friend that everybody's like constantly talking about behind your back and always like worried about, and always like, hey, are you sure you're okay? Are you sure like he's treating you right? Like, you know, you don't want to end up like one of those. I'm a young man. I'm in my 30s, so I mean, that's relative, I guess. Take care, all. Stay positive. All right, see ya, Brad. Asian? No. What about Asians? Do I have access to firearms? I'm an American. What do you think? Am I from ABZ or TRG? Neither, dude. No, I don't gangbang. I'm a photographer, and then like it blew up. Like I never thought that I would actually have an audience doing what I do. Like it was just a hobby that turned into something bigger. And now everybody thinks I'm like supposed to be like some banged out cholo or a YN, and I'm not. I didn't grow up in a gang infested neighborhood, so yeah, I always have to explain that to people. I get you 100%. You're not fake. You can be happy in your mind and not take shit. Some women love to argue. Yeah, I don't have patience for that. It's just a waste of time for me. Like, miss me with that shit. I don't like arguing. I like solving problems quickly. No, I don't gangbang. I look like a shooter. Okay. Looks like the spammer is finally gone. Yeah, I blocked like 12 of his accounts, so I think he gave up. I was doing that because the reason why that guy kept coming back was I didn't know how to ban people, but I figured it out. There's like, when I click on someone's comment, because I multi-stream. I'm on 4 platforms right now, and I multi-stream off of this app called Prism. So it's not YouTube, it's Prism, and most of my viewers are on YouTube. So like if there's somebody leaving comments that I don't like, I press and hold on their comment, and it gives me like a drop down menu of what I can do and how I can handle it. And it's like, you know, you can warn them, you can give them a timeout, you can hide their comment. And I didn't realize that hide meant permanently ban. Like I was looking for the permanently ban button and I didn't see it, so I thought the only thing I could do was give them a timeout. But then 2 days ago, I found out how to permanently ban people. So we're not going to have any bad spammers. And like, I think my current approach to moderation of this chat is I will tolerate some hecklers and some trolls. Because sometimes I look at it, it's like, okay, you know, it's funny. It gets the chat, other members of chat to engage a little bit and have some banter and some shit talk. And I think that's all good. I'm not so sensitive to where like anybody does anything off topic or edgy or whatever. It's like, oh dude, you know, gotta fucking throw them in jail. I'm not like that. Like and even if they say like bad things about me, as long as they're not doing something like way too disrespectful or like trying to like dox me or some wild ass shit, or like, you know, spreading stuff that's like clearly like slander, but it might be believable enough to where people will start like spreading it. Like it would have to be really bad, something really bad for me to like block somebody. I'm obviously open to the idea of blocking people, but I don't want that to be like my first instinct every time somebody says something that, you know, maybe rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I should ban net bangers in the comments, fool. Or two. I thought I said foo. Copying and pasting the same shit over and over and over again, like, then yeah, they'll probably get banned. You know, I'm not in any hurry to get mods though. Like, how many people are even watching the stream? Like, I got 17 on YouTube, 3 on Facebook, 2 on Kick, and 0 on Twitch. I don't need mods. There's not enough comments or activity to justify that. Trolls make up like 50% of viewers. Do they? I wouldn't say 50% of the people talking now are trolling. It seems like people are just playing this in the background with whatever the fuck they're doing, and then the people who are participating in chat, they're like legitimately participating in a constructive way. My bad, I tried to give you a nickname earlier. That's cool. Like I said, like, for me to want to ban somebody, it would have to be really, 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 really bad. Like, I would have to like already be pissed about something, and then some dumbass starts like chirping like hella shit, and I'd be like, all right, fuck you too, motherfucker. But like, most of the time, my first instinct isn't ban this guy. Like, I probably, like, the first thing I would do to anybody is like give them a timeout. And so they would be banned from chat for 5 minutes. And if it continues, then it's like, okay, I gave you a slap on the wrist. Now, you know, you're just a retard. I have to dispose of you. But like, you know, for me to go down that route, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but, you know, sometimes out of nowhere, there would just be like a lot of people talking shit, like a bunch of newcomers. And most of the time, I just don't take it seriously. I'm like, they're like, oh, you know, you're gay, your stream's boring. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Sucks to be you then. You're the one wasting your life on this shit. You enjoy the Cali Hood channel. I know you do. You're a very loyal follower, and I appreciate that, Danky. When you're on TikTok, that's something I wanted to try. I've been asking TikTok streamers, I'm like, hey, how's the viewership on TikTok? Have you like compared it to like YouTube and all the others? And they say, yeah, TikTok's pretty good. And these guys, they're just playing Rocket League, and they have like over 100 viewers. It's kind of impressive. I might try it out. I might try doing a TikTok stream. So, hey, you guys should follow me on TikTok too, just in case. Look up Cali Hood page, no spaces. I look like I'm military. I just got a fade. Oh, shit. My receding hairline showing. All right. Yeah, I didn't fucking take care of my hair before I left the house. I was laying in bed and I decided to go stream. I didn't fix my hair. Your son died when he was 39. That's super dark. I'm sorry to hear that. You met abusive men in your life. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but I'm cool. If people try to give me nicknames, that's funny, you know? Like, if you're funny, you can talk as much as you want. Like, I'm a good sport. Like, you know, some of my friends, like, the dynamic is literally just talk shit to each other. It's like all we do is make fun of each other. I'm American. My tolerance for stupidity should be pretty high, though. Yeah, you're right about that. You're American, but your lineage is Asian, yes or no? No disrespect. I'm half Japanese. I'm half German, but both my parents are fully assimilated into American culture. My mom doesn't know how to speak Japanese anymore. She can't read the characters. She can't read kanji or hiragana or katakana. I can barely speak Japanese. People have always said I act white, so I guess that means I'm assimilated. I mean, I was born here, born and raised. You do not have a channel on YouTube. Well, you must have a channel on YouTube if you're watching the stream. How else are you watching it? You're commenting on YouTube. Yeah, if you're on TikTok, shit. Look up Cali Hood page and maybe I'll do a stream later on there. And also, if you want to support me, follow me on Kick. That's where I'm really trying to grow an audience. Look up your name and you will find out who you are. Are you famous? But anyways, I need to go to sleep because I'm gonna try to stream during the daytime too. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to kill this stream and we'll see if I do a stream during the day. I'm tired and I don't feel good. So, yeah, just check your notifications. Next time I stream, if you're subscribed, you should get a notification. So yeah, you guys have a good day wherever you guys are in the world. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.